What's going on, guys? One love out to everybody. We got UFC Fight Night, Barboza versus Murphy. Prediction breakdown here, guys. Before I get started, hit the thumbs up button. Also subscribe to this channel. Hit the thumbs up button so this videos can get out. Also check out my Patreon account for my face-off predictions and prop plays, which I will upload usually on Friday, sometimes on Saturday after the face-offs and weigh-ins. You can also donate to the channel to my PayPal. All the links are down below. 12 fights in this card. Back at the UFC Apex, smaller cage here. Yeah, like I said, every card is, it is what it is. The guys come in prepared, train, make weight. You just never know. Even if you don't know the fighter, it could be a good fight. You just don't know. And sometimes cards like these are the ones that deliver. Yeah. So all over the end of the day. A lot of these fights are kind of tight, kind of close here, guys, especially the women fights. It's like a heads or tails flip. So I'll be very careful. I'm just going to give my prediction, but whatever you do, do it at your own risk. So nothing guaranteed here, okay? First fight here, we got Emily Ducote versus Vanessa Demopoulos. Emily here is going to have the 4-inch of reach, which is massive. Striking base. She's durable, but she's also hittable. Let me see here. She'll move around, pick her shots. Better striker is going to be Emily. She'll put... she don't really put that much pressure on you. But she'll work off the jab, follow up, try to counter strike, throw a lot of kicks, especially the head kick. So she's a better strike. Like depending on the person she's fighting, there's sometimes she won't do much, kind of low volume, kind of like stare at you and then just don't let nothing go. So this is a fight where yeah, she has the tools. She look for takedowns. She can get submitted, but you just don't know. She's kind of up and down, her mental. So you just don't know what you're going to get, right? Her opponent here, Vanessa is more a dog. BJJ black belts will definitely look for submission. Her striking is, it's not like Emily's, As I said, Emily's a better striker. With Vanessa, her striking still needs some work, in my opinion. But she's durable, but she's also hittable. And she pressures. She pressure forward. She's more of a bully. She can get taken down. This is a tough one here, guys, man. Like I said, mentally wise, with Vanessa, she will come to fight. With Emily, she can be up and down, which is a mental thing, So, yeah, the skills matter, but mental, your mind ain't there. If you're up and down, you're on and off, you just don't know what to expect. At least with Vanessa, she'll come to fight, but again, she'll be running into shots and be getting taken down consistently, depending on who she's fighting. I was going for Emily here, but I'm gonna save Vanessa for this one, guys. And it could be a submission. Like I said, Emily can get submitted. And with Vanessa, she's pretty good with the submissions, but mostly from off her back, man. It's tough one to pick here, guys. I'm going to go Vanessa by decision, but if Emily wins, I would not be surprised because I feel Emily all-around movement or stand-up is better, but it's just the on and off, the mental, the dog, breaking under pressure. At least with the next fighter, we got Antelahegi versus Kleydson Rodrigues. Heli here. I was gonna say Heli, man. Here, he's skilled. Striking is not bad. We look for takedowns. Lots of forward pressure. Yeah, that's pretty much it. This guy here is not a bad fighter. His opponent, I see this kind of give me a little problem here. Hold on for a second there, guys. Yeah, Heli's not a bad fighter here. He's durable, come forward, but with Heli here, sometimes you can touch him up depending on the opponent he's fighting. But he will look to counter, very athletic, quick, a lot of kicks. But he can fade in the fight though. He will come in there and give 100% the first, and then second, third, he kind of slows down. Throws a lot of leg kicks, a lot of heavy shots. Heavy with the punches and the kicks. But look to takedown too. It's a tough one here, man. I was going for Heli in the beginning and kind of switched to Rodriguez. But like I said, Heli could win, but just based off of experience. But I'm going to go Rodriguez here. I'm going to say Rodriguez by decision, guys. 50-50. Not confident. Next fight here. We have Piera Rodriguez. Two Rodriguezes in the card. One with an S and one with a Z. Versus Irene Carnelozzi. On striking. Striking is not bad. Look to counter strike. Use a lot of footwork. We look for takedowns. Our opponent, Arena is like a pit bull. Very physically strong, aggressive, wild, swings wild, man. Like, comes in there and just try to take your head off real quick. A lot of power, a lot of pressure, but she's very hittable. I'm not sure like what she looks like now. She last fight was 2022. But she's pretty aggressive and come forward, and I just feel like with Rodriguez here, she's a more cleaner fighter, the more technical. With Carnelozzi, she's so wild that she gets reckless and leave openings. I feel Pereira is just the more composed, the jab, the movement. But don't get it twisted though. I mean, even though Arena, she's kind of wild, she can connect with punches, it could hurt Pereira. So it's a possibility. And then also, the strength factor. Put her against the cage and hold her and stuff like that. But I mean, I look for technique and skills. I just feel Pereira is a more skilled woman here, man. So I'm gonna go with Piera Rodriguez. I'm gonna say Piera Rodriguez by decision, but this is the next 50-50, man. Like I said, with Carnelozzi, it's a little more experience. She's been away for a little bit, so she probably improve a little bit more than what she is. So you never know. But Pereira by decision, not confident though. Next fight here, guys, with Abbas Magomedov versus Wally Alvarez. Abbas here is going to have the 6-inch of reach, which is massive, 3-inch of height, heavy hitter, man. Skill striking. I like this guy striking. But also look for submission games too. Take you down and submit. But mostly stand up. Striking is quick, precise, timing is good, speed. His opponent here, Alvarez, is more BJJ, but also will throw the hands. But he's hittable and can get hurt in the foot. And with a guy like Abbas, with that reach and that height, if he connects to Alvarez, he's going to knock him out, in my opinion. But again, Alvarez is more experienced here. Well, I wouldn't say it's more experience. I say probably more experience. That has a lot more UFC fights in the UFC, but a lot more. He's been around for a while. He's been around for Ultimate Fighter. Huh? He's been around for a minute, but it hasn't been looking too great. But I'm gonna go with Abbas here. I'm gonna say Abbas by KO TQ in the first round. This guy hasn't. I think he has like one win, I believe. Could be wrong. Dustin starts off UFC fight night. 2 back-to-back losses, but these 2 back-to-back losses are not too bad. Sean Strickland and Carlos Burrell are not too bad losses. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Abbas here. I'm gonna say Abbas by KO TQ in the first round, guys. Next fight here, guys, we have somebody. Well, I think did I skip some fights? Oh damn! I'm like jumping all the way up. I'm like jumping 2 fights, man. Next fight here we have Tamers Vidal versus Melissa Gatto. Yeah, I know, man. With Vidal, I mean, she throws her hands, kicks here and there, but it's a lot of holes, man. a lot of hole in her game. Yes. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Striking is okay. In some kind of way, may have a little power. We look to take you down, but nothing shine that much. She still needs more work. Gatto, on the other hand, is a little more technical here. Has a BJ, not bad. For Gatto is supposed to win this fight. She's a more skilled woman here, man. Like all around, more well-rounded and more skilled, more technical. I'm gonna go with Gatto. I'm gonna say Gatto by submission in the first round, but not confident. Like I said, with women fights, man, sometimes, man, yeah, they're skill and more experience, and they end up losing against somebody that they shouldn't lose against. So you just gotta be careful. But I like Gatto though. Gatto by submission first round. Next fight we have Oumar Sy versus Taco Tolos. What I see from Oumar Sy, man, I mean, he looks legit. Wrestling's pretty good. That submission game. Striking doesn't look too bad, and he's an athletic guy, quick, blitz forward, heavy ground and pound, has a massive 8-inch reach. This freaking 8-inch reach is a lot, man. 2-inch reach is a lot. This guy has 8 over his opponent. He has a couple guys that fell off. Radov Bellator and Antonio Trolik. Now there's reach advantage. Sy looks more put together. Looks, in my eyes, he looks legit, right? He looks like a skill fighter. So even though, like I said, a lot of these guys are kind of making their not short notice, but they're making a debut. And a different organization. So was in KSW. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Sy. I'm gonna say Sy by KO TKO in the first round, guys. Next fight we got Tom Nolan versus Victor Martinez. Tommy is pretty skilled, he's not bad. Uses the jab well. Fights on the outside. Lost his last fight though against Nicholas Motto, which he got caught. Well, anybody can get caught in a fight, but he doesn't look bad. Kind of stay on the outside, pick his shots with counter strikes, mix up the kicks with the punches. He's gonna have a 3-inch of reach. We look for submission, look for takedowns. Victor actually is not too bad either. His boxing is not that bad. Yeah, man. We look to knock you out. He's kind of heavy-handed, but he got finished by Jordan Levitt by knockout. But it happens, but maybe he was off, and maybe he was go towards Tom here a little bit. I feel Tom should come in here a little bit more, I guess, prepared. Maybe learn from his last fight. I just feel what I see from Tom, he has, he has the credentials, he has the ability to improve and get better, So his last fight was a kind of similar, he fought like Motto, which Motto caught him with the boxing. And Victor's gonna be a boxer too, so kind of getting a second shot here. As both guys are 13-5. So Motto is 13-5, and this guy Victor Martin is 13-5. And both of them fight similar, man. What a matchup. So I'm gonna go with Tom. I'm gonna say Tom by decision, but not confident, guys. All right. Next fight here we got Angela Hill versus Luna Pinheiro. Angela Hill always, she always deliver in her fights, even though she's 16-13, but she always comes to fight, man. And when she loses, usually she loses to the women that are like, more on a higher level there. She's very experienced. She's a super veteran. She has good cardio. Her striking is not bad. Her takedown defense has gotten better because she had that issue when she used to get taken down a lot. Now she's defending, and if she gets taken down, she scramble up real quick. Her opponent Luna is explosive, man. In the first round, and judo skill would flip you, sweep you, and submit you. And she was aggressive with the striking, but man, if she doesn't compose herself, and then she gasses out. So it's just one of those fights where is she gonna come in here and then go 100% on Hill in the first round, or is she gonna pace herself? You know what I mean? I mean, Hill is a veteran, man, and if she come in there 100% like what she did with Amanda Rubas, you know, Hill could capitalize in those later rounds because of cardio. You know, and like I said with Luna, man, is like she swings a lot. She's wild. I mean, she's swinging, her chin is up, and she doesn't pace herself properly. I know she learned from that, but Hill is a veteran, so this is a tough one to pick. Like I said, with the woman fights, man, and this is a fight where Hill usually pulls off a win. Yeah, the one I see here, if Luna can get her in the first round and use a judo and then sweep her or flip her and then get her on the ground and submit her, that's possible. But Hill hasn't been submitted in a while. I think last time Hill was submitted was 2017, I believe. She been working on her get up game and her submission game. So last time she got submitted by armbar 20 in 2019 against Ronda Marcos. You know, so yeah. So submissions is there, man. Luna could win this fight just off of physicality, speed. She has some power, quick, you know, and in and out. But it's the cardio is an issue, and also the experience. I'm gonna go with Angela Hill here. I'm gonna say Angela Hill by decision, but I'm not confident, guys. Especially, like I said, with the most of women fight, there's a lot of women on this card. We got 1, 2, 3. We got 4 women fights. So, you know, the guys could drop the ball too, but man, you know, just sometimes the woman is like skilled and then they drop the ball when they're not supposed to. I can go for the guys too. But I'm going to go with Hill by decision. I'm not confident. Next fighter, we got Adrian Yanez versus Vinicius Salvador. Yanez, good boxing skills, man. His hands are pretty good. Sometimes he doesn't move his head off center line, though. But once he wakes up, I think this guy's a slow starter. And once he wakes up, then he starts to move his head and start looking better. Struggle with leg kicks, man. You know, he's a guy where, you know, seems like he doesn't move his leg because boxing kind of heavy on the front. You know, Jonathan Martinez tore up his legs in that fight. Tore them up, man. Actually, that was a knockout by a leg kick. You know, Adrian Yanez couldn't stand anymore. Salvador does throw leg kicks, but he ain't consistent with it. I don't think he throws it as hard as Jonathan Martinez does, or as accurate. A guy like Salvador is pretty well rounded too. Let me see here. He mixes it up pretty well, kicks and punches. But he's hittable though. That head is straight up in the air, man. That head is straight up in the air. And when he moves back, sometimes he moves back with his chin up. You know, straight up in the air. So that right there is a that right there is opening for Adrian Yanez to land a shot, man, especially for boxing. You know, he moves backwards, but his chin is up, and he likes to, like, you know, his hands are low. There's nothing wrong with hands are low, because I do hands low too. But when your hands low and your chin is up in the air and your legs not moving, yeah, man. So that's a lot of holes there, you know. So yeah, that's opening for Yanez to go straight on the pocket. I'm gonna go with Yanez here. I'm gonna say Yanez by KO TQ in the first round. But it's a 50-50, guys. And the reason why I say it's a 50-50, you know, is just Salvador can mix it up, and he has the leg kicks, and we see from Yanez struggle with the leg kicks in the last fight. You know, did he work on that? I don't know. Maybe he did, which most likely he did. But is he gonna move his leg in the fight and don't get too much leg kicks, or is he gonna check the kicks or move his leg? I don't know. But like I said, with Salvador, is not as devastating kicker as Martinez. I think Martinez camp there to work on, you know, I believe is gritty areas. They work on, you know, pinpointing that kick to the calf, to a certain point on your foot. And Salvador does that too, but he's not as consistent with it, you know. But I'm going to go with Yanez. I'm going to say Yanez by KO TKO first round. Not confident. Next fighter, we got Ramiz Brahimaj versus Themba Gorimbo. Ramiz here been out for a little bit. Mostly pushed the wrestling. We look for the submission, 10 by submission, nothing by knockout. I was kind of going for Ramiz here. I was like, oh man, you know, this is a formula fight here. This is a fight where, you know, like Themba could lose because of the wrestling and also the submissions, because Themba can get submitted, right? So especially when, I believe, guillotine choke, I believe, is it guillotine? You get caught in guillotine choke when he shoots in. Sometimes he leaves his neck there. But doing some research, and I found out that Ramiz been injured. He had like spinal cord injury, you know, and he was supposed to retire. So that's not good. You know, spinal cord injuries. That's a, you know, it's supposed to be a career ending in a kind of way. If he supposed to, I mean that he was told that he should retire. You know, so he's not. I guess he recovered. I guess, but to what extent, I don't know. So, but I could see him submitting Gorimbo though. You know, I could see that. You know, that's what I had. You know, till I started doing some deeper research. You know, but he can. It's a possibility, man. Because a guy like Ramiz is not bad, and you know, he's not bad with the submission. That's his bread and butter. That's what his go-to moves are. His submission game. A guy like Gorimbo, from his last fight when he started in the UFC, he has improved against AJ Fletcher. You know, been looking good. You know, skilled. You know, the guy is skilled. You know, his submission game is good. Striking is pretty good. Heavy hitter. You know, we look for knockout submission, but he will also gas out. You know, in the later rounds and can get submitted. He's gonna have the 4-inch reacher. This is a tough one here, guys. Man, I was going for Ramiz, but just a spinal cord injury, and you know, I just don't know what he looks like. You know, that's the only reason why I'm going for Gorimbo. Not saying Gorimbo is not good, but I feel like with Ramiz could submit Gorimbo, man. And he can still submit him, even though he has spinal cord injury, so don't count that out. But I'm going to go with Gorimbo. I'm going to say Gorimbo by decision, but 50-50, man. I'm not confident. Next fight here, guys. Give me a second here. We have co-main event, Chaos Williams versus Carlston Harris. Williams is all around very explosive dude, man. Athletic, heavy hitter, sprint forward, but got holes, man. You know, very wild guy, very wild, about pack power, but he swings, and you know, the one punch you fly, the other punch fly, and he catches you with the other hand. But it's just not much of a setup. You know, he just goes wild with it, but he's quick and just aggressive, right? Harris is more composed, more technical guy here. Rich Harris fought Jeremiah Wells, which is similar to Chaos Williams. They're both kind of similar in a kind of sense. I feel Wells is a little more explosive though. You know, Wells is way explosive, like sprints quickly, and Wells is more well-rounded. Wells who push wrestling, that was giving Harris problems. The wrestling is what gave Harris issues, but Harris got the submission in that one in the last minute in the third round. But like I said, Harris is a very skilled guy, man, all around, man. This guy only lost to Shavkat Rakhmonov. That's the only person he lost to, you know. We look for takedowns, look for submission, striking is pretty good. This guy's a pretty good fighter, man. Harris is a pretty good fighter. He's way more technical than Williams. This is a fight that Harris should win, but like I said, just like how you see Wells, it's two different fighters. Okay, yes, Williams and Wells, though. Williams with more stand up and strike. He ain't gonna go for submission. He's not gonna go for takedowns like that. Harris will, though. I just feel like Harris is more well-rounded here. But one thing though, Williams, you know, the hands, you know, he will spring forward quickly and catch you with a punch and knock you out. That's the only thing. I think Williams got more of a puncher's chance. But I like Harris though, as it's more well-rounded, man. It's just, you know, he's a better fighter. So I'm going to go with Harris by decision, but not confident. Main fights on the card here, guys. We got Edson Barboza versus Lerone Murphy. Barboza, you know, super veteran, man, skilled guy, striking. He's durable. Can get hurt during the fight though, but he's starting to recover more now quickly and pace himself. So usually when he used to get hurt, he was done. You know, you could pound him on and he's done. But now he's just like taking a lot of damage though. You take a lot of damage in that first, you know, kind of pace himself and come back. So he takes a lot of damage, man. Nearly every single fight takes a lot of damage and then he recovers and come back. And there are some fights he takes the damage and then he just doesn't come back. It just depends on the person he's fighting. With Murphy though, what I know from Murphy, when I saw this fight, I'm like, oh, Barboza, you know, I saw one of Murphy fights. I'm like, oh, I think Barboza should win. It looks like he could win. When I saw Murphy against see him against Josh Kulabayo, and I was like, he probably, you know, I think Barboza could get him. Then I saw Murphy start to take him down, wrestle him, which I remember. I was like, oh shoot, Murphy can wrestle. And I watch all of Murphy fights, or majority of them, and he's going for takedowns, and he gets the takedowns. Like he's like a smart fighter. It's like he doesn't go in there under strike, you know, and just like, oh, I'm just gonna knock you out. He pick his shots, look for openings. He's like very technical. Like his IQ is pretty good, and then he looks for takedowns, and that for Edson is not good. You know, Edson been working his takedown defense and his get up game, and has gotten better, but you know, Murphy's going to push wrestling, and he usually gets it. And with Edson Barboza, you know, he's not good with getting taken down like that. Even though he's been working on it, but the more you take him down, the more tired he's going to get. Also, Murphy's going to get tired too. It's a 5-round fight. So this one's a tricky one here, man. I just feel that Murphy is going to move around, pick his shots, look for takedowns, and just win off of points, in my opinion. You know, his striking is pretty good. His defense is pretty good. He doesn't really get hurt like that in the fights. Hardly I see him hurt, but again, he's fighting Barboza, who's super experienced and veteran. But I'm going to go Murphy by decision, guys. I'm not confident. Quick look at the odds here, guys. Crazy odds. Let's see these crazy odds, man. Surprise me with these crazy odds. Surprise me, man. Some ridiculous odds that we're going to see. I can guarantee that these odds are going to be kind of high on some of these guys. Because the fights, them, in my opinion, like majority of these fights are all close. So, we're going to see. Road to UFC. Emily Dakota, Vanessa, damn. No, I see what I'm talking about. Emily Dakota, negative 380. That's crazy odds right there. And the reason why I said it, because Emily Dakota, yeah, she can move around, she can pick a shot, she can strike, but her mental, she's up and down. You don't know what you're going to get with her. At least with Vanessa, Vanessa comes to fight. Even if Vanessa comes to fight and she just push a heavy pace, you know, dog kind of pressure, she can pull off the win. You know, Emily will freeze up in the fight. Sometimes don't throw. It just depends. And sometimes she does, but she shouldn't be 380. It's an even fight. I don't like this at all. I said dog or pass. I wouldn't even mess with it, man. Be careful. I'll go under, which I have Vanessa. Heli Antegala versus Rodriguez. Okay, so Rodriguez is favorite. Okay, I'm liking Rodriguez, but again, Heli, experienced guy, veteran. He could win the fight. Rodriguez is not that experienced. Careful. Canalozzi and Piera Rodriguez. Rodriguez is 218, 225. Be careful with this one. Like I said, Canalozzi is not a bad fighter. She's experienced. Been away for a little bit. Could come back with some new tools. I wouldn't sleep on her. I don't like Piera being 218. Even though she's a decent fighter, but nah, man. Like I said, with a lot of women fights, you gotta be careful, man. Be careful. Abbas and Warley. Abbas 270, 315. Average is still, you know, he still got a shot there, man. He still got a shot. Even a puncher's chance. Abbas should win though. But I don't like to see the odds like this on a lot of these guys. Even Abbas is skill. But Wally Alvarez, you know, is a guy that will drop the ball, but then he will also pull off a win. So be careful. But it's a Gatto Vadel. Yeah, I'm liking Gatto. The odds on this one is not bad because, like I see from Vidal, there's a lot of holes, a lot of. She needs more work, man. I feel Gatto is way better fighter here in every department. Takedowns, wrestling, scrambling, striking. I feel like she's a better fighter. So I don't disagree with the odds. Shy, but again, woman fights. Just Shy and Toko. Shy 450, 500. Yeah, I don't. I see Shy from his other organizations. It looks good, but like we always say, guy looks good and this come to UFC and then he just loses. So short notice for Toko, but I wouldn't mess around with it, to be honest with you. If even though he looks good, he's supposed to can win, but it's difficult, man. These guys are not really known as much. Odds shouldn't be so high on them. Even though he's fighting the next guy that's not much known either. I don't know. Yeah, just be careful with this one. Tom Nolan and Victor Martinez. Yeah, Tom Nolan is too high, man. After coming from a knockout from his last fight, fighting a guy who's similar to Victor. Nah. I mean, I like Tom Nolan, but Victor's not a bad fighter, man. This one is you gotta be very careful. Very careful, man. This fight here should be an even fight. So when you see like this is a crazy odd because like I said, Victor is not a bad. Even though Victor got knocked out too, by dirty dancing, dirty dancing Levette. But it's dirty dancing Levette. But yeah, man, it's Tom also got knocked out too, but the guy that Tom is fighting is similar to the guy that knocked him out. So the odds shouldn't be like this. And like I said, Victor is not bad, but be careful, man. Angela Hill, Luna. Yeah, even fight, man. I mean, Luna can win. Believe me. Like I said, I'm not saying that Hill's gonna go in and dominate. Luna's pretty good in the first round, man. Which she can even get a finish in the first round. But if she go in there and then do it and blitz and throw all the punches, which she may do, and she can't get Hill out, she gonna be in problems because Hill's cardio is good and then she gonna capitalize on it. But then the judo and her sweeps, Luna's sweeps and throws are pretty good. Once she got her hand on you, and she sweep and trip and off the cage, and she's pretty good in that, But Hill been working on her takedown defense and also her wrestling. So yeah, the odds not so bad, but be careful. Yanez and Salvador. Damn, Yanez is 400 and something. I mean, I like Yanez boxing and everything, but from what I see from his last fight, man, I mean, it shouldn't be so high, man. And Vicious Salvador is not a bad fighter. He's not a bad fighter, man, and he throws similar leg kicks like what Jonathan throws. So I mean, Yanez shouldn't be on 400, man. What's up with these odds, man? These odds are tripping. So definitely Yanez can go in and then win. So what happened if Salvador start throwing leg kicks too? Because you saw the last video, his last fight. So oh man, this guy don't check leg kicks heavy on the front leg. Man, that's gonna throw a bunch of leg kicks then. There you go. So it's crazy odds, man. It doesn't take much to throw them leg kicks, and Salvador does throw leg kicks. Disagree with Odd on that one, man. Ramirez and Gorimbo 148. Even fight still, because I do feel Ramirez he could win. The guy have spinal cord injury, but you just never know. Come out and get a win, but I could see why Gorimbo is a slight favorite here. Like I said, this is a fight I feel Ramirez could win because of the submission. I mean, I feel like his wrestling is maybe a little better than Gorimbo's wrestling, and his submission game could be a little better too. And the fight may end up on the ground, but we see what happened though, man. What was the last two fights at? Let me see. Where is it? looking at here? Looking for. Oh, let's refresh this real quick, and I can look on the topology and find out. Yeah, yeah, I can go in here and find out what the odds are. Or yeah. KS Williams, okay, negative 225. So it's a close fight. On the slide, underdog. Yeah, so it's a close fight. KS Williams, yeah, I don't disagree with that because, again, Williams, it's a heavy hitter, blitz forward, quick. He's going to be the quicker fighter here. But it's just the experience from Harris, skills from Harris, Even though he's an underdog, but I can see why Williams is favorite, man. Explosive guy, man. Just take one shot. Edson Barboza is underdog. All right, Murphy is a little favorite. I don't disagree. I feel Murphy, he's smart enough, fight IQ. He's not going to go in there and just go wild, and try to finish Edson Barboza in the first round. He's going to pace himself, take it to later rounds, and then he's going to implement takedowns with Edson Barboza. Struggles with that, but he has been getting better. But again, he can still get taken down, and the more you take him down, he has to get back up. The more tired he's going to get, and then the striking is not going to be as powerful, and that's what Murphy is probably going to do, try to zap some of that power away from him. But also Murphy can get tired too. So, and Edson Barboza is a vet. And you're talking about later rounds, those were usually veterans, they come back. So careful with that, but like I said, ours is not too bad. So that's about it right there, guys. My odd predictions, breakdowns, add my odd breakdowns there. You guys keep on kicking. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the thumbs up. I appreciate the subscription, the Patreon subscriptions. I appreciate the donations. You guys keep on kicking. One love out to everybody, and